what's the advantages of TinyML over statistical learning approaches?
Yeah, there are a lot of advantages. On one side, low power consumption, obviously with smaller models and things that run on edge devices or things like microcontrollers, etc. There's a very low power consumption, so they're optimized for limited battery life and things like that. For example, on your phone, you can have reduced latency, which is something really helpful. A lot of times, people don't really think about this as end users, but we're always trying to optimize latency of models because people don't like when something takes too long and they complain about it, right?
Yeah.
Reduce latency when something's running right on the device, right in your home or in your pocket. That's something that people generally like. There's of course the matter of privacy, which is something that's dear to me. I think a lot of users nowadays are getting more privacy conscious. I'd like to see more of that, honestly. As someone who works a lot in open source, people running their own things on devices, that means if that model is there and people aren't collecting so much data, they have more privacy. And I think that's something that should not be underestimated in this industry, that I think there is a move slowly for more user privacy. And I think that's a big thing. And of course, the biggest thing for business here, obviously, is the lower cost for business, because when you run something in the cloud, that costs money. And yes, the prices come down for these things, but it costs a lot of money and
Yeah.
scalability issues. But when you have things running locally on people's devices, you don't have to pay for that. So you could save some money in the end as a business, which is something that's really fantastic. I think everyone agrees with that. I think that's going to be a big driver for us here.
Yeah. So do you think that's going to be the key driver then? Is it more to do with money? Because I guess obviously a lot of people have got cloud on premise, and obviously cloud is obviously not cheap. So do you think do you think that will be the key driver then, just the cost, or do you think it'll be something else?
I think cost is definitely one of the things. And on the other side, it's like, how exactly do companies make money a lot of times when they're giving things away for free? And currently they do it by collecting data. And you would have to see some sort of sea change in that mentality when it comes to tiny ML devices. But also keep in mind that we're talking about devices that are more for the Internet of Things or running locally on your phone or otherwise. And so the use case is also a bit different. And I think we're not seeing so many of those devices yet. There are some, but I think there will be an explosion in very smart, capable devices coming out in the near future. And I think that's really just a matter of time. But it's engineering wise, it's quite complicated sometimes.
Yeah, I bet. And yeah, I do agree with you. I think, like you mentioned, privacy is a key thing for everyone, isn't it? Really, business and people. And that's only going to grow more and more as we in the future. Well, I guess moving on then.